Good afternoon to everybody. How are you guys doing? I just feel like to pop on in here because something come to my mind, and I want to share it with everyone. Because a lot of time we forgot what is the blueprint, you know, and everybody want to figure out the blueprint for YouTube. You know, it's gonna be hard when you come on to doing different things, different perspective, different minds. But there's a list of things that you can do to figure out the blueprint for you on YouTube. Even if it's just a new starter to new YouTube, as you grow your channel, as you start to figure out things, trying different things and so forth and see how the metrics work for you, then you will start to understand, oh, so this is what they call the blueprint. And the blueprint to me is just one simple key element. Come on, people, gather in so we can talk about these simple things. Even you can share what you have noticed about the blueprint to YouTube. Is watching all these things sometimes around, you're trying to figure out what's the footprint you need to walk into so you can figure this thing out. It's called the blueprint to YouTube. What's that look like? For everybody, it's going to look different. And I mean, 100% for everybody, it's going to look different. Because there's no one size that will fit all. So, it will be hard to pinpoint on one specific area that you're going to call blueprint. But as you grow, you will start to understand what the blueprint mean to you. You know what that look like to you in your area, in your avenue, even if you're tapping into different markets to see what you can settle with or what you like. You know what I mean? So come on in, let's talk a little. You know, myself, yeah. No, not grandma. Yes. What? Go put on your shirt. Cause everybody wanna tell you about the blueprint, and you'll be searching and searching and searching. You know the song say I'm searching to find. And probably all it takes for that one simple blueprint. You might think it's just a whole lot, to figure out that blueprint. And people gathering here, let's talk about this. Because if you're a YouTuber as well, you want to hear what the blueprint is, you know, let's talk about it. How can you figure out what's the blueprint for you on YouTube? Because often we've been watching so many things, and as soon as we see something, we say, yes, let's check it out. And then we're hoping that that would be unlocked, the blueprint. But everybody's journey is going to look way different on there. We talk about the blueprint. Come on, people, get us so we can have a conversation about this blueprint. Let's get here so we can understand for ourselves. We share so we can conclude and how this blueprint work. You know what I mean? And even if you're already exposed to these things and you know what the blueprint look like for you, it's not gonna be it's just like every house you see built all have a blueprint, you know. But there is always one key element of having a blueprint. So we get it so we can discuss it, get it so we can talk about it. whether you're new YouTubers or anything. Hey, my dear, how are you? Welcome in the house. Welcome to everybody. You know, because I've been literally watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm not talking just by video, but a lot of YouTube videos, and I mean people who I've never met in terms of like subscribe to their channel or anything. They just popped up in recommendation. You start watching, or you see something a title or anything, and I start to think, and I heard a voice say, "Just come on here, let's have a discussion and talk about when they talk about blueprint. What are they really talking about?" Because I only have one thing in my mind that resonate in my mind, and I want to share that one thing to see what's the blueprint there. And in order to get that blueprint out, that blueprint have to be effective. In order to be effective, that blueprint is not just be overnight stamp blueprint. No, it's not like that. There's no stamp say yes overnight and it's a blueprint. No, it's gonna be hard work, consistency. I'm doing good, my dear, and you're trying to bake me some chicken wing and some fries in the oven though. And this thing just come to my mind. I said like, blueprint. Have anybody ever heard about people crack the code for the blueprint for YouTube? And you're wondering, what is that? But then when you click, you're trying to find out what exactly is it that these people are is like selling it then. Oh, we find the code, we find the crack to crack this and crack that. I will tell you in a few what is my book to the blueprint, you know. But I want to hear so far I've been thinking about when you watch other people, who are already in the business talking about the blueprint. What have you concluded so far now that you are a YouTuber yourself, even if you're new or you're in the middle or whatever journey you're on, you know. What conclusion have you drawn for yourself to say this is the blueprint for you? Because I guess we all could say, no one blueprint is gonna fit all channels that run on YouTube. No, it's impossible. You're gonna have some similarities, but sure you will have a lot of difference and a lot of similarities. But the one thing that is gonna really stood out in gaining those blueprints. Come on, people, gather in so we can have the discussion, so we can talk about a blueprint. Because it just rests on my mind, just to say, what is that blueprint? But leading up to the blueprint, it's gonna require a lot of stuff. It's gonna require you to shuffle, readjust, reorganize, to be consistent, to be punctual, to be present as much as you can. And when I say to be present, whether through your shorts, through your long videos, or anything in terms of you posting them, be present. Make sure you're posting. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Not everybody is savvy, because I'm far from that. But you're making sure that consistency is out. You're making sure you're posting. You're making sure that whatever you're doing, at least once a day, you're posting something. You know, that would be part of your blueprint. But the biggest part of the blueprint is not gonna be just posting. You know, exactly. So, and that's why you have to, and that's why I believe when you support other YouTubers and watch their content and watch their videos, or so, it will start to have you drawn to different areas and start to think deeper than what is just on the surface floating around. It's like particles in the water, you know what I mean? And you either got to strain it to really get to drink the water, or something like, certain part of the country where they have to sift through things to make sure the water is clean to be drink, you know. Maybe not in this country, but some other part where depending on how they catch their water. But the blueprint to YouTube is it's going. We can say as much as we want to say, but it all scroll down to one thing. One thing. But I want to know everybody's thoughts on what you think the blueprint is for YouTube before we start dive deep down into what is the blueprint. Because sometimes It's like they tell you to build a house, you need a foundation. If you don't have a foundation, how you gonna have a structure? There's no way you can have a structure. You see where I'm going? So just think about that for a moment, and let's have a discussion about what is that blueprint. When people say yes, they find the solution, they find this, but when you try that solution, it's like, okay, the solution is just floating around like everything else. It's like a pattern, and if you're not paying attention, then you get caught up in that, you know what I mean? But only one thing to me coming out and standing in my mind, and I heard the voice said that is very clear. Not saying it yet. I just want to have a discussion to see what do you think so far, even as a new YouTuber, you're on here maybe 2-3 weeks now. Based on your analysis so far, what are some of the things you have concluded or you have come to realize that the blueprint is not so blueprint as
Hey,
everybody would
Mommy,
say?
what
Yes.
is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Keyboard.
Okay. So it's not so blueprint, you know. But there's one thing that everybody have that is definitely will be the most effective
Mama, I want to open it.
blueprint. 1 second, let me check this. I need food here. Oops, sorry. You know, that's one thing. Oops, it's done. It's done. I said I'm gonna open it. Where you getting the knife? I'm trying to bake me some things in the oven at the same time. But think about the people. Let's have a discussion about this thing here. Because if we're gonna be a YouTuber and we want to take off on this scene here, we figure out for ourselves what is it that when somebody say a blueprint, they find the solution to YouTube or they find the solution to this. What really do they mean by that? You know what I mean? Because it's not just gonna be one set thing. Hold on, I gotta get the mitten. I don't have the mitten. I gotta put the mitten on. You know. Ooh. He's so funny, bossy mirror. Yep, that's done. Put a little bit of fish stew. I like this fish stew, man. I like this one. So just put a little bit of there. No salt, just a little bit of that. But what do you think the blueprint to YouTube is? Let's have a discussion about it before we dive a little deeper into it. Okay. Like that. Come over here. I get it for you. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open. You know, because it's so hard. You know, we all out there. You know, just trying to be out there doing what we gotta do. But then every time you look, you see, oh, we got the blueprint for this, we got the blueprint for that. But then you realize, you know, as Miss T here say that, you know, the one size don't fit all right there. You know what I mean? Everybody blueprint to YouTube gonna look different. The only big thing that is gonna, to me, that is really setting out there to say the blueprint, because you need that to start. Just think about that structure. You need it to start YouTube, because without it you can't start. Just if you can think about what would that be, what that blueprint is. If you can figure it out, what would that blueprint be? Because there is so many things gonna be round up to the end.
Mama, we found candy. Mama, open it.
I'm coming. That's true. But when the algorithm pop up things on there for you to watch, so you don't really have to search YouTube no more for any others. Everything is popping up. Everything is recommended. Also, especially depending on sometimes how you post your video as well with the keywords. The keywords sometimes then the algorithm will click. You want me to be quiet? Okay, let me sit up and algorithm. So sometimes it depends on the keyword you use when you're posting your videos also. So the algorithm will recommend videos based on those keywords as well that they think you might be interested in. And that way it will let you to find. Sir, oh, you said that's enough. Oh, I love you for that. And that's will what that is what will lead you to say to see a number of different things, or come across something that you have maybe have an idea about but never really have much interest into. But then when you see it, you say, let me click and see what's going on or so. But there's no real, there is no real curtail, and there is no real, like say, one blueprint for everybody. Because if you look, you just like construction, you look at all the housing. You have some houses are built similarly with that blueprint, that same blueprint that they built out. And then you're going to have some other houses that are built differently because their blueprint is different. But if you come to think of it, to me, the biggest blueprint you ever will have on doing YouTube on a platform like this is you. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's you. Because without you, the blueprint would have not started, you know? But what gonna make the blueprint cemented now is your content, consistency, keep posting, and just be your true authentic self, you know? If you have down days, let it be known you have your down days, You don't have to show everything of the life to say, yes, you have a down day, but you show that so people understand that you're a human being. But when you look at everybody blueprint, it's not going to be even the same. But one thing will be, don't come over this side. Do not come over this side. Is you. That's the biggest blueprint you can ever have. Because you're the foundation to your blueprint. Now you have the foundation, which is you. Now you need the camera or the phone, depending on where you are in your journey on YouTube. Now you need your camera, your phone. Now you need the content. Now you need the subscribers. Now you need the supporters.
Mommy?
Now you need the likers. Now you need the shares and everything to grow.
I can go here.
But the biggest one is you. And anytime you realize that the biggest factor in your equation, which is the blueprint, is you, then that's the only way I see that you can make that big transition to say, yes, I found that blueprint. Because now I'm coming. Now you're realizing you're tapping into who you are. You're learning about yourself as you go along, and you're adding to your blueprint. You're discovering that, being on YouTube is not so bad. Because it's just a camera I'm sitting in front of, and I can talk. Even if somebody said, I don't like her content, she boring, or he boring, or nah. But at the same time, nobody is annoying you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people may not comment if they feel unbothered. They might just not watch you, or they just click off you. But remember, the biggest blueprint, it's gonna be you. And then everything else that comes with it, because you have to want to say, you know what, let's start this journey. And once you decide to start this journey, that's the beginning with you. That's you. You're the blueprint. You're the foundation now. Yeah. And then you need the cement, this and that. So your cement would be your phone, your content, everything that you're gonna be out there doing, whether you're cooking, you're vlogging, you're traveling, you're showing your lifestyle, you're dancing, you're telling you're telling stories, you're talking about poem or poetry or whatever a market you let's just say market, whatever market you're gonna go into, you know, or whatever niche you're gonna find put yourself into. You are the blueprint to that niche. You are the blueprint to that market. Yeah? Because if I realize with you channels, everybody said this is the fact to this is the fact. But the only thing that is really facts right there is you. You know, whether we want to believe it or not, it's you. And then everything else, how many people have been familiar when we talk about colors? We talk about primary colors and secondary colors. You need the primary colors to mix with the secondary colors to mix together to combine to call it secondary colors. You see what I'm going? So without these blueprint over here, you wouldn't be able to have no secondary colors. So without you, there would be no YouTube. So your blueprint will not be on YouTube. Now you put your blueprint on YouTube, like what we're doing now, doing with videos, creating content. Maybe we go out, we eat, or we cook, we eat, or something. That's you. All you gotta do is grow. You only can grow. All you gotta do is grow, be consistent. And then the next blueprint that I see that YouTube roll out, that will help you as well in cementing you into the YouTube industry, YouTube world now, especially for people who are new, not yet make their name, like me, like myself and everything. And is that app that I talk about, well, the shorts, with that draft thing there, that you can save multiple videos. So tomorrow you can take a break and you keep posting. And if you're clever enough or smart enough when you're doing it, or you have that time at hand, you can always change into different clothes, maybe a 2 3 outfit, and change into it to take those videos, store them, and then tomorrow you can take your day off, because then you still relax and just click on your phone and post videos, edit videos if you want to, or if you don't want to edit, then you just keep them raw and uncut. So that's another part of the blueprint that I see that is really going to help, not only to eliminate the stress of life, but if you're a working class in person, working class mom, a working class dad, just juggling, back and forth with your job, and helping others to understand things that the world around them are. No, don't do that. Go with your brother and everything, then that's gonna be helpful to you. But you're the blueprint. And correct me if I'm wrong. When you look at what you're doing now, if you weren't on YouTube, you have no blueprint. Huh? But now you are the blueprint to YouTube. And that is to your channel, to what you're gonna do, and sooner or later, when you're being recognizable and everything, you're gonna realize the journey, the nights, the sleepless night, the stress, the agony, the pain that it takes to create that YouTube, that blueprint, and it's to figure out who you are, 100% you. And then that drafting that YouTube come up about the other day with that short thing there, that you can create multiple videos, you know, those are two solid foundation right there. You and that. Multiple videos on the next day, or however days you want to take off, you can still be posting videos, but it's not like you have to run out there every day and say, I'm creating this, because you'd already create so much in one day that you can distribute them whenever time you want. So now we give you a little time to really tap into taking care of yourself, create a better space for your mental health, because a lot of people struggle, and that's natural, you know what I mean? And if you have family to take care, you can take care of your little children. And then I know a lot of people on here who have young children that they literally have a channel for them, and rolling out that short there as well, to add to your blueprint, which is you, help to reduce the amount of time that a child will have to literally be on the internet. Because maybe, let's say the child, that person can say, you know what, I have all these videos from yesterday, and as I said, you can always change into multiple different clothes if you want, it's up to you, and record. And then tomorrow you could say, you know what, 12 o'clock tonight, I'm gonna release two. So when I get up tomorrow in the morning, I don't have to worry, say, oh Lord, I don't post, I gotta create content, oh, I'm stressed out, because mind you, no matter how you keep going or how you're consistent, there is a time when you're going to fall behind. But having that part to top with your blueprint, it's going to help the blueprint to blossom, because then you always have something to keep posting. You always have something to keep sharing, let people know you're still here. You have a message, you have something to share, and building that. So doing this, we can always tap into so many other things, but at the same time, I think those two are going to be the most effective one. You first, because without you there can be no blueprint. you know and then that drafting that they create there. And then if you don't want to create long videos for the day, and you feel down and depressed, certain things not working out the way you think it's supposed to work out, or it ought to work, and then you realize, I'm gonna be a little step back, then creating those shorts maybe a day ahead will also help you to relax. Because sometimes you don't even have to edit the shot, because you know with the shot you can stop and go, so you can always run from the kitchen to the living room, from the living room to the bathroom, and you pause and stop, and from the bathroom to, you understand. So sometimes the shots you don't even have to do no editing, unless you want to put your name, a song in the background, or a quote or something. But if you don't want to do all of that on a down day, you can just easy well remember what the message is in your short or whatever, and just give it a title from your message, bam, boop, upload. Now you have a little break, especially on a busy day. Some people work, so they have meeting they have to attend to and everything. Like today I had a meeting at 1:30. I had to get into the meeting so that everything could be, set on the other hand for, you know, once you have a family or so forth. You know what I mean? So there's so many things that people will tell you that's a blueprint, but the blueprint is actually you. And if you understand that the blueprint is actually you, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you because now you don't have to stress so much. Oh, but this person find the blueprint. How comes you don't have to do that no more. You know the blueprint is you. And for everybody who keeping those shorts up now, so that they, because they say shorts is a quicker way to help get your views up and this and that. That gonna help you as well. And if you have young children who are put it down. If you have young children who are also creating content on YouTube, and you don't want them to be on here like a 9 to 5 job they're doing or anything 24/7, you can work with them a whole full day to create content, so they can save them for maybe 2 3 days, and that way you yourself can go with them maybe early one morning and say, let we upload toward this video today, and give it a name, which is a title, and then the next day and so forth, and then that way the child can focus on their work as well. So that's a great rollout YouTube did. I think so. I don't know how many people tried, save so many of their video. I don't know if you guys are scared, but there's no need to scare, because it worked for me, you know and where is it? Put it down and go. Put it down and go. Yes, go now, go do. Hurry. So smart. You know what I mean? So let me know if you think that you are the blueprint. It's just like a house. You can't have a you can't have a structure without a foundation. And everything come into play. In order to have a foundation, don't you need the steel, you need the cement, you need the block, you need the concrete, you need the wood, you need the nail, you need everything to get that blueprint executed as how you want it. So you are the blueprint, that's number one. And you need everything else, which is the gadgets that you're gonna use, which is just sometimes it's a simple phone. Yeah. And to go out there and create content, and to keep posting and everything. And then YouTube recently just roll out the draft thing, the way you could save multiple short videos and everything in there, or you could use your phone and take them if you want to have the long run of editing all the time. Whatever works for you. Yeah. And once you find that out, you realize that things gonna be much easier. Because even this morning again, I remind you, all your content ain't gonna be fly all the time. Even when you have fly this, fly that, it ain't gonna be fly all the time. Because even fly tired of flying. You see what I'm saying? Even they themselves tired of flying. So everything that you post is not gonna fly all the time. Sometimes it's just gonna be average, medium, or no scene at all. But that's okay. Still do what you need to do, and then just keep figuring it out. And then with this draft now, it give you a break, because if when you post the store those shorts, then you get more time to think about, I could work on whatever other goal I have in mind, because you're already locked for 2 3 days with content. You know what I mean? Because you take one full day to really put that work in. Yeah. So I don't know. No one size fit all though, but I think those two are the best thing I've seen so far. Your device, well, three. Your devices that you're gonna use actually for, and your content that you're gonna create, whatever content you wanna go create, whether food content, dancing, whatever you wanna do, whatever you wanna step into. You wanna be silly, you wanna be dabbing your face in makeup, putting on hair, Can't do here, but you just try to put it on, be funny, be silly, whatever you want to be a comedian or anything. Whatever market you're gonna tap into or go into to do all of that. It's gonna be you. Because it's gonna take you as a blueprint to do all of that. But remove you and there is no blueprint to you too. When you find a solution, you're always gonna say thanks to you. Because if you didn't take the courage to get on YouTube and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this, you will never know that there's a blueprint for you, which is you. You'll be in the backstage, nobody know who you are. Even you say you're all from right here, nobody would know who you are. But because of faith, that leap of faith, to step out in faith and believe that you can become a beacon to be reckoned with sooner or later, all it takes is growth. The more you grow, the more you will develop, the more you will be strengthened. Okay, so don't be worried too much about anything. Remember, your blueprint is you. And I'm not gonna stay long. I just came on here. It was, I was just going through a lot of stuff in terms of watching videos all over here, left, right, and center. And that came up to my mind, and I just heard a voice say, "Talk about it." So, because a lot of time people see everything cemented on the other end, not realizing that it takes hard work and dedication to be cemented over here. When you see people success story, they did not just be successful overnight. They take lots of trials that you don't see because they have to delete them and redo them and everything. It take a lot of trials and error to get where you need to get. Sometimes it trials and error lasts maybe to 1, 2, 3 years before people get where you need to get. Most time now what we seeing happen now, we have groups out there that are pushing YouTubers, small YouTubers, hashtag keep posting, the whole crew and all of these things. And we're learning from others as you go along, you know what I mean? But everything scroll back right to you as an individual. You're always going to have an individual aspect to your blueprint, which is you. Even when you have group effort over here to help push that blueprint out to people and say, yes, this lady, this lady, that, like that lady I saw with those beautiful cakes and everything. So even when you have this group effort pushing your content out, but you gotta realize that even though you have this particular group here, yes, you are your blueprint. Because if you didn't put yourself out there to become the blueprint of somebody else's eye or millions of people eye, you would never know what the blueprint was. So until then, I want everybody to start tap into what is their blueprint. You already know the blueprint is you, but what are the other blueprints apart from your phone or your tablet, your laptop, whatever you use to record your videos? What are the other things that are out there that are adding to my blueprint? Make a list of those things if you're not the one who want to do it manually in the head, to see what are those added blue things to add to my blueprint. Like how you have the primary colors and the secondary colors mixed together, combine, and you get this a color. You understand? Find those things to add to what make you you, so that your blueprint will always be there. And people, because people are watching, people are paying more attention, and you have the younger generation. They're coming up, they're just doing what they need to do and everything. Nobody either to the left, right, or center. Well, you might be born today, and then sooner or later, as you start to grow, you realize, oh, all blueprint need is a little bit more fun. Be a little bit more excited. You can't always be too boring and or whatever it is. You just find whatever work to add to your blueprint, which is you, to make it better. You know what I mean? You want to be funny, silly, whatever you want to be. There's so many things, but you're the blueprint. So I don't have anything else to say, but if anybody else don't have anything else to say, so this is where we're gonna end this video for now. Later on, around 12 o'clock, I'll be going live and to do some stuff there. I have another thing there that I'm gonna test out there later. But until then, you go on to figure out what you have to do for your blueprint and see what you can add to make your blueprint, blueprint cemented. Add your cement, your block, your concrete, your water, whatever you need to mix up. So go and do what you have to do. And until then, thank you all for tuning in, and God bless you all. Jay, did you take out your own self?